Hey y'all, it is June the 7th, 2024. Thought I'd pop on real quick to tell y'all, of course I had a dream last night, if not a couple of different ones. Alright, I guess this would be the 5th installment of those dreams that I've been having that I wanted to tell you about. The thing is, I don't recall too much of it. The reason is because this morning, as I was waking up, I decided that I wanted to sleep a little bit more. So that's what I did. Instead of, for example, the day before, I popped right up and started writing down my dream, the details of them. I believe they call it dream recall or something like that. And that's a good practice if you want to remember actually what was taking place in your dreams while it's still fresh on your mind. You pop up and you write it down. Probably not the first person you heard this from, but I want to assure you that that is exactly correct. All right, so I did have a dream or dreams last night. What I can recall right now, having not wrote it down, the thing is, you know, I chose to sleep more, and then I had an appointment at what's called the Coumadin Clinic, in which if you have a metal piece in your heart, you got to get your blood analyzed every so often. And so I went straight away to that, and of course forgot most of my dream. I do, however, remember that towards the end, I was in, like, again, something like a high school setting. And I had found myself into a classroom, and it was some sort of it had something to do with agriculture / maybe philosophy at the same time. I don't know. I was very confused and a bit frustrated, like in the other dreams that I was having. And, you know, nothing too significant to take away from that, other than it's a little bit more the same, that frustration. It's almost as though God, if you will, is insisting that I learn, if I want to not be frustrated in my dreams, these dreams I'm having every night regardless. If I so-called want to be less frustrated, well then I will have to teach my happy ass how to lucid dream, and there's no getting around that. I will have to teach myself, with the help of others, methods and which will make me capable of lucid dreaming. And in that, when I get into these dream scenarios, which are inevitably frustrating, perhaps I will look at my hand and I'll count my fingers and I'll realize, oh gosh, this is a dream. I can do whatever the fuck I want to. You know, I mean, as soon as you really, really realize it's a dream and there's nothing you could do about whatever situation you got going on, then you can do whatever you choose to. That's what I'm thinking. And of course, that kind of sounds like, it sounds like becoming conscious in another dimension, in your dream dimension or something. Becoming conscious there as well, instead of just here in the waking hours. Meanwhile, it reminded me, and I don't need to be reminded very much, that people in their waking hours, most people who I see are unconscious. If being conscious is like 0 to 100%, these people are like 50, maybe 60% conscious of their surroundings. It's deeply disturbing. And perhaps that's what God's telling me. It's like, yeah, I'm conscious when I'm awake, but that's not even enough. I need to be fully conscious even in my dreams, perhaps. This is what I'm taking away from it. People are walking around effing unconscious. And I don't know if I got to tell you this. You probably know already. And what I'm realizing, because I'm not on reefer, and this is why I'm having the dreams. When I was on the reefer, wasn't no dreams. What I'm realizing is that in my waking hours, while I'm not on reefer, I am very capable of doing a job, number one. But I'm also very capable of being polite, of being courteous, of being thoughtful, same way I was when I was on reefer. I'm very capable of that in the real life. And without the reefer, I've noticed that I almost got like super capable. I'm almost with like it's almost like superpowers. It's not as though I'm walking around like the Hulk, super agitated because I realize everybody's unconscious. No, I look down on these people. I almost feel bad, but I don't, for these people who are walking around unconscious. I'm more aware of how unconscious they are and how incapable they are. All right, and so that's like a key cutting edge that I'm on now for this particular moment in time. And like I said before, I'm gonna have reefer again. There's reefer over there in gummy fashion. I'm just choosing not to have it right now. I don't think there's anything wrong with the reefer. In fact, I enjoy it. But however, there is something very, very, very wrong with, say, a George Soros or anybody out there who's encouraging you to be on reefer consistently and constantly. They want you to be unconscious, and furthermore, they want you to be very, very, very tolerant of other people's inequities, their inabilities. They want you to be very tolerant. I used to be very tolerant of people who cannot get the job done, who are unconscious, and, for example, making the world around them a trashier place. I want to bring up real quick, I had an idea and I was documenting it for a little while. This keepstoneoakclean.com movement that I was like, that I had an idea in my head. Some people who remember this, and they might have checked the website's down. They might have been wondering about that. Nobody's asked me about that. Yeah, that whole thing is on pause right now. The main reason is because I'm realizing that even in Stone Oak, a nice neighborhood, by the way, people are fucking unconscious. And whatever riff-raff, be it low income, the thing is that the apartments around here are luxury apartments even. I don't know what kind of riff-raff or what unconscious people there are wandering the streets around here, but I could tell you, if I clean a street and pick up all the trash up off that street, whatever street it is here in Stone Oak, and I come back 2 days later, there's going to be fresh trash all over the street. These people just want to wallow in their own filth. And certainly I'm not talking about everybody in Stone Oak. There's actually plenty of very pleasant people and likely pretty conscious people here in Stone Oak. But however, they're being surrounded by MFers who are quite simply half awake and half alive. Like, I know, for example, if I still wanted to continue cleaning places up and making it look nice, well, then I would just go to every strip mall, little center of business that's here in Stone Oak, and there's quite a few, and I would go to whoever runs that place, and I would say, look, there's trash all over this place. Y'all don't have no fucking respect for yourselves. Everybody who's working here as an employee won't lift a mother effing finger. They'll do the exact minimum that they even could do. All right, while getting paid. They're never going to step foot outside and look, there's trash all over your parking lot. There's trash all over the grass. There's trash all over the sidewalk. You want to do something about it? No, they don't want to do stuff about it. They want to do the exact minimum. If I wanted to make it like a financial, like say, job for myself, I would just go around cleaning these places which they desperately need to be cleaned. However, walking around the neighborhood, that's kind of like doing it just for goodness sake. And meanwhile, that whatever neighborhood, whatever street I'm walking around, it's going to get trashed only days later anyways. All right. I just wanted to point that out. It's just people are very, very unconscious. And before I get up out of here, as you well know, people have no clue that millions and millions of people are being killed by the poison that they've taken. Shout out to this man right here, that man. If people were conscious, he wants you to be unconscious, by the way. He wants you to be walking around half dead and half awake, right? And if reefer is all it takes, well, then he wants you on reefer all the time. Because if you are only 65 or 70% awake, and I'm talking about the general population, I'm not talking to who, if you're across from the screen right now and you're looking at me saying, oh, I'm fully awake, I'm fully alive, I want you to prove it. I want you to prove it. And anything out there that's causing you to be less conscious and less aware and less awake, that is being fed to you and spoon-fed to you by your enemy. Your enemy wants you to have that. All right, that's a trick on you. All right, they don't even realize that they're being poisoned. Oh, they're gonna be poisoned again. Oh, this bird flu. Oh, I'm a psychic. Alex Jones is a psychic. Oh, we know the future. All right, they're gonna start doing this bird flu nonsense, hoping that you're not awake. Are people gonna wake up? Does it even matter? Because if they don't get you with this bird flu nonsense, they're going to start to drop a bomb on you or do all sort of false flag things. Oh, you can't say that on YouTube. Oh, they're gonna do it. Oh, they're going to blame it on Russia. Oh, I'm a terrorist. Because I'm telling you what's quite simply right in front of your face. And most people who's come to my channel, they already know it. They already know it. So perhaps there's something. Perhaps they want you on something that will lower your consciousness. There's other dimensions now I'm figuring out. You don't even have to be conscious even just in your waking hours. Perhaps you could be conscious even in your dreams. And perhaps, as I've never done before, people like you and I can take control of this dimension and other dimensions like we've never ever done before. All right, I'm saying that freaky, wild, macho madness stuff, buddy. Holler at me in the comments if you've caught the macho madness. And you're just not gonna tolerate people's bullshit. Peacefully, legally, and lawfully. We're not gonna tolerate anybody's fucking bullshit any longer. You can miss me with that bullshit, right? And I'll holler at y'all a little bit later.